Good morning, people. Hoping everything's working. Hope you can hear me. We'll find out in a sec. If I can hear me. All right, I hear me. Cool. What's going on? Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the easy stream where we hang out in this fish room and we get everything done. And we got a lot to do today, man. These you're looking at are the tanks for the fry system that I'm going to build here. What we're going to do today. I did some prep work. I already got the glass installed, siliconed
Peplin
in.
Creek Aquatics said, Jason, good morning.
Good morning, Peplin. Yeah, let me say hi to people. Window Liquor number 5. What's up, dude? Good morning. Andy Carson. Good morning, everyone. Hope you and your wife had a wonderful anniversary. We did. We did have a great anniversary. It was awesome. Yeah, and last week was the video of me drilling these tanks and doing the water change. It was fun to do that. It's been a little while. I made an edited video. But yeah, thanks for being here. Bionic Bigfoot is not here, so sorry you can't make it, Bigfoot. Good morning. Benjamin Peters, what's up, man? Good morning, morning. Dennis Christensen, good. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. All right, what am I doing? Where's my coffee? There it is. All right. Peplin Creek, what's up, man? I said hi to you, but I'll say hi again. Good morning. And no, and time's ticking. Clash is coming soon. See you there, man. Somebody's gonna get married. Victor C, what's up, dude? I still hear myself. What's going on? Oh, I must hit the button. I'm gonna grab some coffee while I'm talking here. What's up, Victor? Good morning. Thanks for joining us. All right, I think I'm at the bottom of the list, so let me get this coffee. Oh, that's right. We did the French press this morning. Oh, yeah. Oh,
that's lovely, that is.
Yeah, it is. Oh, there's a lot to go on here. So I'm not even sure I'm going to handle this fish tank thing, because there are fry in these fish tanks. So I'm not sure how I'm going to... I don't know what I'm going to do here. I guess first things first is I guess I should maybe build it bottom up so I can put the sump together. Alright, here, let me just go over this real quick. Set my phone down. I should put my phone on a charger. It's getting low. Sorry, man. Oh, here, I got a battery pack with me. That'll work. Just have to use the bot to speak, so I'm not going to see chat for a little bit. Charge my phone up. Alright. Basically what I did is I got into my local glass dude, and I bought panes of glass, all the same size. And these are going to be, the top, one of these is going to be the top tank, this is going to be the middle tank, and the bottom one's going to be the sump. Now, I had the glass cut
Window
all three
Liquor
same
5
sizes.
said, morning, dude.
Good morning, dude.
Cherry prompt not going.
The what? The what? Oh, KJ prompt is not going. Huh. Oh. Shit. I think I might have deleted that video by accident. Oh, that sucks. It's alright, I have it somewhere. I just have to It's not going to work today. I deleted the one that had the promo code, but I must have deleted them both. I don't remember. I don't remember. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, KJ. Apologize. Go to KJ. Get some stuff. Anyway, I was saying. I have to fix that. I have to remember that. Yeah, the panes of glass, all three of them are cut the same. However, I think this tank is different in size because this glass wouldn't fit. So I had to like cock it a little bit, but this is just for the
Jody
sump
P.
anyway.
Tropical
So
Fish Co. said, Jason, do you have Pseudomugil cyanodorsalis?
I do, but I don't. I would like to get more. My colonies dwindled down to like 2, and I wasn't getting any eggs. I kind of slacked on the breeding of them, and that's all on me. So if you know anybody, let me know. I would love to get more. All right. So anyway, that's a little cocked, but
John
whatever. I'll
McKenzie
live with
said,
it.
good morning, weirdos.
Good morning, Mr. McKenzie. I use that little piece of sponge there to kind of keep the glass off the bottom, because that's how I'm going to do this whole thing. I have this
Jody P.
sponge.
Tropical Fish Co. said you are officially the only person I know with them.
Ah, that sucks.
Peplin Creek Aquatics said there is a weird black vertical bar on the screen.
Weird black vertical bar on the screen. Let me see. There is a weird black vertical bar on the screen. Alright, I know what that's from. Hang on. It's from the chat. Chat monster's out to get me. Make it go away, hopefully. I think I got it. One. Oh. Weird black bar gone. Because StreamYard can't stop screwing around with their stupid thing, so they keep changing their parameters all the time. My little chat bar. Anyway, these are the sponges that I'm going to be using underneath the glass. I'm going to cut one of these in half. Kind of basically already have them cut to size. And that's going to let the water flow underneath. The whole idea is water's going to flow in. Here, we'll use this tank backwards, but you get the same idea. Water's going to flow in, underneath, and then out through the overflow, down to the tank down there, underneath, then out into this sump. It's going to go under here, and then it's going to get pumped back up. Now, the only problem is these sponges are bone dry, and I can't get it out. So I got to wet it. Ugh.
Fishcapade said good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Alright, that one's out. Basically, it was a dried, what is it, one of those, like, whatever, just regular old sponges, right? It was all dried out, so it was nice and solid. And it made a good thickness, because it's like the same thickness as this sponge, so. But that sponge is squishy. This one was hard, so. Set that there. Gotta get over this side here. Hang on. Same thing with this. Get that sponge out of there. Spongy, spongy. Alright. Cool. Get this out the way. Set this down. Never know when those will come in handy again. Yeah, so I guess I should cut this in half. So let me do that real quick. It's right down the middle. Probably could have did this in thirds actually. Now, if I'm correct, some blue gravel from whoever I got this tank from had blue gravel.
Fishcapade said making sumps.
No, well, there will be a sump. This is going to be for the fry tank setup. All right, see, now that's how I wanted it. Perfect. All right, so now that black, I don't know if you can see that. The black sponge is right underneath there. This one we'll use for the sump. One of these is a sump. It's also going to be a fry setup. Like, how I'm envisioning this, basically it's going to be 5 tanks. Or, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one's going to be a bigger one. And then the pump is going to be here. What I should have did is cut this to length first.
Fishcapade said so I wasn't totally wrong, maybe?
Nope, not totally wrong. You're on the right track. All right. I think that's good with that. So, get back under. That's already under. Let's get this out here. It's just part of the sponge. And that one I'll do when I can reach it. All right, now let's go over here because this is where the trick is going to be. This is the setup. Right? Now there are fish in 1, 2, 3 of these tanks at least. Well, I should check. Last time I checked, there were no fish in this tank. Double, triple check. Yeah, so the empty tanks will be easy. I guess we can do. This tank has some fry in it. These guys might be big enough. Yeah, they're probably big enough to go with their parents, honestly. So we could just get them in these top 2 tanks, unless something hatched. Man, I didn't think I had that much coffee. These top 2 tanks are both. Well, I could take the fry out of that tank. Let's see if anything hatched in this one. I just stirred up a bunch of junk. No, I think we're good here. Some little detritus worms. Alright, cool. So I think we take out those fry, remove these tanks. We do, well, if I'm going to do it from the top down or bottom up, let me think about this. One thing's for sure is I got to stop the pump. Which, honestly, this week, well, it's been 2 weeks now, right? Started slowly losing ground again on that. But it lasted a whole lot longer this time than it did last time, so I don't know. I don't know what the difference was. Maybe it's broken in a little bit. We got a lot of babies in here and a decent amount in here. 3 in there, none in there, none in here, and those are just worm tanks on the other side over there. Actually, one of those tanks is dead, so it's just one tank with worms. So that can get moved out. This I can just probably pull to the side for now. And then do the sump first, I think. Probably be the smartest. Right, little Lily? Little Lily got a new collar. Come here, you. You want your little twist tie, don't you? Your little new ascot. Little Lily loves her twist ties. I don't know what it is about it. Kitty. Okay, so yeah, maybe we do the bottom sump and work our way up. So in that case, I need to hook up the pump. Should do that. Make sure that works first. Now, a long time ago, I built some sumps. And in that process, I changed out one of these pumps. But I kept it, so I still have it. So this should work perfectly, right? Assuming everything works. It's one of these DC pumps. Hager, whatever. So I should have all the stuff for this. The only thing I need to do is tubing in here. Cool. And I bought some tubing this morning, but I had some laying around. I had tubing from the past, but I didn't think I have enough, so I bought some more. Just to be safe. So it really sucked to go through this whole process and not have enough tubing, right? Can you guys see what I'm saying here? Yeah, that should be good right there, right? Okay. I might need the heat gun here to soften this up a little bit, but basically, I think how this works. I forget how this works, man. This goes in there. Ugh. And this goes inside of it. Yeah. And that wedges it in between. And then it just clamps down and holds everything in place. So I need to get this
Pepin Creek
inside of
Aquatics
that.
said, are those 20 longs?
Yep, 20 longs. They should fit perfectly in that space.
Window Liquor 5 said, there she blows, that looks like a big pump. Is it adjustable?
Yeah, it's a DC pump. It has a, you can change the voltage that goes to it. This little regulator thing. And it changes the amount of power, therefore how much juice. Little Lily's over here looking for, what do you call it, twist ties. Alright, I think I need the heat gun. Get that to go onto this easier. So let me get that real quick. Keep an eye on that cat. She's going to try and steal stuff, I guarantee it. Got a little pupper. Oh my god, what is going on? Alright. Stuck on a carpet. You're okay. Matt's like in the middle of the room there, puppy. What are you doing, Lily? Told you. Told you she's gonna try. I know that dirty little kitty. Okay. So set this there, set that there. Just soften this up a little bit. Nothing too crazy, just to get it so it's pliable. Make life easier, I think. It's mostly the inside that's got to move.
Select Pet said, watch out for the dirty little kitties.
These dirty little kitties. That's Lily's middle name, Dirty Kitty. There's that. Get this in.
Benjamin Peters said Jason spit on it.
Well, it's in there. How well it's in there. It's in there. I don't think it's coming out.
Window Licker 5 said, cats can't resist empty boxes or bags, playtime guaranteed.
You know it. Okay, I think that's good enough. I have an aneurysm trying to do this. So then we just need to make sure that it's still on there. Yep. Little rubber gasket still on there. Tweak this down. We should have a decent seal. There we go. Guess we can do it that way. Deal all that cord stuff later. Now this basically just needs to reach all the way up to the top, which it certainly will. Might need to heat this cable up too to kind of get the flex going. Backup flex, I should say. Yeah, let's soften that up too, so we can kind of take the bite out of this tube. It's pretty rigid. They call her Lily. She is a kitty. She is so gritty.
Bare Bottom Branton said, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. What's going on, man? We're setting up a sump today. Well, setting up a fry rack system, including a sump, hopefully. Alright, I think slightly less. Trying to recoil. The only problem with some of this rigid tubing is it's rigid. Well, this isn't rigid, this is flexible, but it's pretty rigid for being flexible. Alright.
Select Pet said, is it a 2-pump sump again?
Nope. Nope. We're just doing this one pump chump here. Alright, whatever. We're gonna have to deal with that when we get it set up in place. So till then, we can just set it down. What I should do is take this out because this is starting to get in my way. Alright, so that looks like it's set up. I guess we gotta go over here and move some tanks. Better stay out of the way, little Lily. Bring this down so we're... Alright, so I'm gonna disconnect the heater because it's the last thing I need is that thing to blow up on me. The heater controller honestly can probably just stay. Just need to get it out of the way. So, get these glass lids out of the way. Don't need any of that stuff breaking. Drain the water out of that. Remember when I said to get the glass lids out of the way? Maybe I should listen to myself. Get the glass lids out of the way. Let's... I'm going to unhook. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing. Figuring this out as I go. I can probably save this piece of tubing. Probably the perfect. So you know what I need is a bucket. Need a bucket. Set this over here.
Benjamin Peters said, Jason, did you build that overflow box?
This overflow box, no, I had a friend of mine free to print it. I got it off of, well, Jeff Kane gave me the print
Window
online.
Licker 5 said, maybe unplug the Inkbird, save the alarm.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Alright, we might be able to reuse this tube. Ending, we'll see. I'll just keep it to the side for now. Okay, the heater is unplugged. Should be right here. Let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna need this heater. Bucket, I guess. The pump. Now this is like silicone tubing and it's only 1/2 inch, so this is probably not going to suit us well. So we got to move that. Can I just pull this off? Yes, I can. Cool. Cool. Now let me water out of it.
3G said, okay, I made it.
You made it.
Start over.
Nope.
Fishing and lurking. Hey, everyone.
What's up, man? Hope the fish are biting. We're getting ready to set up a sump here, or a fry rack setup with the sump. All right, let's take this whole kit and caboodle out of the way. That's from that's the thing I set up to actually. I can probably reuse this too, because this is 3/4 inch. That is not. It's just the whatever the thing I was using to make the adjust the flow into the top tank. All right, now I think this sump here, or the pump was the sump. Pump. It's unplugged, so let's pull. Let's get the cord out. That can go in the bucket. Chuck it in the bucket. Alright, now the only thing left is the air here. This is the Inkbird. Save the alarm, you say? Man, maybe. Oh. I have to, because I'm going to have to readjust where this is all plugged in at. Take this twist tie out of here. Really, that's how I have this hung. Should move. I think we're just going to have to listen to an alarm for a second. Alright, let's take this filter out for now, temporarily. Set it over there. Alright, now this tank should be free. With the babies and everything. So we're going to move this off to the side. Somewhere. Here looks good. Hang in there, little babies. Okay. Now, here. Let me move this Inkbird. I'm just going to move it to the side over here. Plugs.
Select Pet said, "You've got to be kidding. We never hear alarms on your streams." Goodness. Peplin Creek Aquatic said, "Jason, are you going to use those small tanks? Were they patties?"
Most of them are patties, yes. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I was half tempted to bring some of them to the Clash and maybe use them as like a storage if I get anything. Also, maybe give them away. I don't know. Sell them. All right, next. This is for the worms. Let's get that out of there. We'll take the air stone out. The worms. This can be moved. We're going to have to do a whole setup on these worms too. This one was worms as well, but I'm pretty sure this is, there's nothing in this anymore. This was the, what do they call them? Tubifex worms. They're pretty much all dead. So let me move.
Peplin Creek Aquatic said, "Can we have one, please? I will buy it at the Clash if you like. I just want one of her tanks to set up."
Sure. I'll give you one. I'm assuming you don't want the one that's drilled. We'll, oops. Here, let's put this sponge back in there. And just disconnect the air line. There we go. Okay. And this is air line. And that's power. Alright, so let's move this air line over that way for now. Get it out of the way. This can just be cleaned, honestly, so let me dump all this water out. Yeah, Tubifex worms would be better if I was feeding like a, I don't know, like a group of fish. Like the flounders, it didn't work out so well because the Tubifex worms all tend to like clump up. Tend to be like one big ball of worms. So like when the flounder, whoever was the first flounder upon it is the one who got all the worms. That makes sense. Turn this little 2-gallon. Looks like we made it. I don't know why I got Barry Manilow in my head, but I do. I'll bring you a patty fish tank at the Clash there, Peplin, as a wedding present for you and Foxy. Or maybe bring you a couple. I believe I was told the wedding is on Friday. Is that
Benjamin
correct?
Peters said, "There are worse things than Barry to get stuck in your head."
That's true. what I had stuck in my head yesterday was that feel the rain on your skin. Horrible. I heard it at breakfast, and it was not going well.
Peplin Creek Aquatics said that would be amazing, Jason. Thank you.
No problem, man. All right, this 2-gallon is cleaned out. Set this off to the side. All right, so now we do this. Ooh. Now, if all my calculations were correct, this should fit in here. Yes, it works. It works. A little tight. Getting in here. Oh, that might be a problem. I don't know, I'm gonna catch fish out of that. It's doable, but it's gonna be rough. All right. Next, we got to do the sump. Well, we should probably do all that before I lock everything in here.
Peplin Creek Aquatics said adjust shelves, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all looks at the end here. I'm not sure how much distance there's going to be between these two. You know, it might be the same problem here. So, well, the numbers added up. How am I going to do this? Now I'm going to do this. I have to feed this up through the back. Let's do this first. There we go. Where is it? There it is. Oh.
Barbara Jackson said good morning, Jason and everyone.
Good morning. Mind me, I'm just struggling. That's actually pretty good like that. Do all that in a minute.
Bare Bottom Branton said take the bottom shelf out completely.
Yeah, then it's sitting on the floor.
John McKenzie said take
That's an
bottom
idea.
shelf out, put on floor.
Yeah. Problem is it gets cold down here, so that heater will be running like 24/7. What is going on here? Okay. That's crooked. That's why I looked at it. We'll be alright. I'm pretty sure I'll be okay with it. This too, we could always kind of make it relax, I guess, but that's fine. Let's push this back, see what it looks like.
Select Pet said that would make a good t-shirt. Don't mind me, I'm just struggling.
You ain't wrong. Alright, if I'm going to do that, I got to make sure I get this out because it's going to be a pain in the ass to get the cord. There's a twist tie, Lily. I think we'll be okay with that. I should probably do all the heaters. Oh no. That's a problem. Apparently I didn't have that in enough. It just came out. Alright. Back to the drawing room. Gotta get that on better. Now, if I would have known it was going to do that, I would have did this first. Nothing's so easy. Whoops. This came undone, so I guess I didn't have that on there long deep enough. So that's weird. Must have been from heating it up. I gotta cut this off a little bit. Let me get my snippers. PVP trimmers, or PVC trimmers, PVP.
Monster Fish Gal
Player
said,
versus player.
"Morning, everybody."
Good morning. What's going on? Okay. What do I do with the little bits? This has got to go over that, and this has got to go inside that. So actually went pretty far in there.
Whip's World said, "Hiya, beautiful people. Let's get tanked."
Good morning, Whip. Looks like you made it. Sorry. Gotta move you guys a little bit here. Bear with me. I'm stepping on the cord too. All right. If only I was stronger. Man. It's in there a little bit, but I don't think it's in there. It might be enough.
Whip's World said, "Eduardo." Bare Bottom Branton said, "Get stronger then."
Get stronger, man. Let's try this.
Fishcapade said, "Eduardo."
Not gonna be able to thread it like that. I gotta get this on more. There we go. That's what I was hoping would happen. Actually, we might be good.
KJE Aquatics said, "Good morning, people."
Good morning, Keith. All right. All right, let's try this.
Fishcapade said, "The easy stream with Jason makes everything look so easy."
Definitely not
Monster
struggling.
Fish Gal said, "Good morning, Jason."
Good morning. Oh, all right. All right, this is gonna sit in the air for a minute, I guess. So this hose flexes out. Is that gonna pop out again? Let's hope not. We got it in there good enough now. All right, whatever. That's just where that's gonna be. So this loses some of its tension. We're not gonna have this on full tooch anyway, so. All right. Now.
Select Pet said, and so much working space left.
You like that? Now the other thing we're gonna need is heaters. Now, don't know if I should put the heaters in the sump. I should put the heaters in this part of the sump, but where I should put the probes may be a different place. Here, there's one heater. It's maxed.
Barbara Jackson said, is this the project where the 3 tanks share one heater?
Yup. This is that project. We're hoping that's that project. Oh, I see people. Okay, that's one heater. Where's the other heater? I got another heater over here. Ow, it's never been opened. It was actually bought for this project because I thought I was going to have 2 tanks, but instead I'm just going to use 2 heaters. Well, these are 50-watt heaters, and then we're going to have, what is it? Basically 60 gallons of water, so it's probably good, 100 watts. And we got a little bit of redundancy with 2 heaters. Here's another twist eye, Lily. Put them over there.
3G said, you know where the probe goes?
Oh yeah. There's only one place for probes. Ask any alien, he'll tell you.
Barbara Jackson said, would it be easier to have a couple more outlets put in?
Well, it's not about the outlets. It was about power. Instead of having to run, I mean, if I was doing 6 tanks or whatever I was originally planning on, I would have had to have a heater for each one. So that's 6 more outlets. Whereas opposed, this is going to be 2 outlets, 3 with the pump. I was already planning on the pump, so I think that's a better deal. Plus, it's all one system now, so bigger volume of water, easier to maintain, I think. That's at least my thought on it. All right. So I think we're going to be okay with that. Obviously, these heaters are kind of this side over there.
Barbara Jackson said, I see. That makes sense.
We'll deal with this a little bit later, I guess. I just wanted to get them in there before I out of the way. Okay. There's a little bit of room. Like, I can get in here, right? It's just... with a net, shouldn't be that too hard. The net might be the problem with, like...
Select Pet
Gotta
said,
get
I think
good.
this is the first attempt we don't ask. Wouldn't it be easier on the first attempt on the easy stream? That comes later. More entertaining.
Right. And as you know, the easy stream was named because everything's always easy. And this will get settled in, I guess, at some point. Part of me thinks I should maybe spin that the other way. No, that works. Yeah. I'm sure once everything's up and running and this hose kind of gets less stiff or whatever worked out, everything will kind of settle. So, but we got to get it all together first. Okay. Next, do this rack. The only thing this needs is water now, right? As far as I'm concerned. Maybe I'll put the probes. I should probably put the probes in where the heater is.
Benjamin Peters said, I'm a little disappointed. No water has hit the floor yet, but I'm sure it will happen soon.
It's early, man. Thanks for your confidence. All right, next. Let me get this lid out of the way. These glass lids out of the way. Now I can use one of my trusty little trays, wherever they are. That's a good question. Where is it? Right here. They're both.
Fish
And I could
Capade
put-
said it's so easy, it's a downright struggle bus.
Take these mops out. Not sure which ones. I'm gonna have to swap mops. I don't think I did not do that last week because I recorded last week. So here, and we will take this little clump of moss in here. That little clump of moss, throw it in there. Take this little sponge filter. Set this off to the side. Oops, I don't know where that just went, but it was an airline. We have those all marked anyway. Okay. Maybe I should take some water out of this first. Yeah, what fun is that? What fun is that? Oh, now I know what fun it was. This is going down the drain. Alright, let me clean this up. Just give me one of Peplin's tanks. And I don't know, remember on that video, if anybody watched that video I made last week instead of the stream, I had a bunch of tanks that I got from, this one guy, he said he was downsizing his fish room. Found it on Facebook Marketplace. He had 220 longs. It might have been 320. No, it was 220 longs, a 15 gallon. And then when I was there, he's like, you want to give me, I can't remember what number he was, but I was like, I only have $55 on me. So he's like, I'll take it. So essentially for $55, I got 5 10 gallons, a 15 gallon, and 220 longs, right? And then somebody else on Facebook Marketplace had a 20 long for $10, so I got that too. So for $65, I got all his tanks. There's this guy I know who was looking to get into fish tanks.
Would have appreciated all the groaning deep.
Yeah, she would have. Here, I'll even put these little 3D printed clips in here for a lid. I don't know if you want my lid; it's all jacked up. But oh wait, that was for the. Yeah, never mind. That's not the right tank. I would give you this one, but it's already pre-drilled, the rimless. So I don't know if you want that, and it's already got a crack in it. So I feel bad giving you a fish tank with a crack in it.
Barbara Jackson said 15 gallon is such a cool size.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I gave it away to that guy. I was just talking about. This guy I just met. Well, I've known him for a couple months now. And he was asking me all sorts of things about fish tanks because I don't know how we got on the subject. We were all hanging out.
Whip's World said, unrelated to the current topic, Kenny with an eye from ABC sent me rainbow shiners on Tuesday.
Nice.
They're still not here.
Uh-oh.
I think I have a box of death out there waiting to be dropped on my doorstep.
That's not cool. That sucks. Alright, these are all the Celebes in here. So I'm gonna move these guys off to the side. Have to go through these. Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Bruiser CB said, "Good morning, Jason."
Good morning, Bruiser. Are you coming to Clash this year, Bruiser? Hopefully. You and Jenny Lynn. Oh. Alright, there are fish in this one, so I gotta worry about it. So I gotta set this somewhere I can actually pick it back up. Here, I'll set it on top of the other one. How about that? No bumping. Alright. Next. This is where water's gonna hit the floor. Nothing in this tank. I can take out these sponges.
Bruiser CB said, "Not going to make it, but hope everyone has a great time."
That's a shame. But I'm sure we will.
Congratulations, Bruiser CB, on the membership milestone.
Right on, man.
Bruiser CB has been an extraordinary aquarist for 23 months.
Congrats. Alright, where's my other tray? I just had it, didn't I? Yeah, it's over here. Throw that in there. Throw this in there. Worry about the airlines. I have them all labeled, numbered, actually. We'll figure that out later. Now this one I should take some water out, because if I don't, then I'm going to spill the water
Here
all over the
comes the rain
place. Oh,
again,
he's here.
falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion.
Good morning, Fishymon. Whoa. Alright, we're going to take some water out of this top tank. Here, you guys can come up a little bit. I'll mull them out of here too in a minute. Hey, there's a fish in here. I see him. He must have just hatched. Now, I'm not sure if he's a Celebes or a rainbow pseudo-pascae. But I see you, little fry. Alright, let's not suck him up. It's probably enough water anyway. So let me get this hose out of the way. Let me get a specimen container, wherever they are. There. Let me rinse this out real quick.
Window Licker 5 said, "So who is this dude with the tanks? Did you say you're Mr. Manifesto and do a stream on Sundays or tell him about the Clash?"
No. And he really didn't seem that interested in talking, so he was kind of like, here's tanks, blah, 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 you want these, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I don't know, he didn't tell me to get out, but I was like, I mean, just get out, dude. I don't know. I can understand, though. I can understand wanting me out of your house. Alright, I can... These are reverse threaded, that's right. Okay. Some snails on here, get them off. Set this down for a second. This is definitely time for a sip of coffee. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright, where'd that go? Now this hose we may reuse. I don't know. We'll see how this all goes. Let's put in the old hoses over here. So let's keep it that way. I guess I should do a triple check to make sure there's no fry in here. What did I do with that dude? Sitting over there. What did I do with the flashlight? Feel like I just had it. How do you lose a flashlight that easy? Not in my pockets. Here, not there, not there, not there. Not there, not there.
Barbara Jackson
That
said,
wasn't it.
coffee. I'm going to go make some. Be right back.
What'd I do with the flashlight, man? Whatever. Improvise. There are other flashlights. But are there? I always use my phone too. That's what I'm gonna have to
Select
do.
Pet said, is it in a tank? That's
It
where I
might
find
be.
stuff.
It very well might be. Where is my... Oh, there's my phone. Oh, Jesus. Just dropped that whole battery on the ground. That would not have been cool. Alright. Flashlight on.
Victor C said, like the live streaming today.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Anything else swimming in here? I don't see anything.
Window Liquor 5 said, so dude was kind of weird. What was he trying to bread?
I
Did you
didn't-
mention what you're breading?
I didn't even... Dude, I'm telling you, it was like...
3G said, I had an
In
Air
and
Force
out.
guy give me 7 or 8 tanks, stands, pumps, everything. He had a 33 long still in box, wouldn't let it go.
Oh, dude.
Offered 150, no sell. I left half mad.
That's crazy. No, he was, like I said, he was kind of like... I don't know. He didn't want to talk, let's put it that way. I didn't get a chance to ask him anything. I was going to chat with him, but he was not into it. Alright, here's this. Let me rinse this tank out real quick. Actually,
Kalish said, good morning, Jason.
Morning, Kalish.
Hello, wonderful people.
Thanks for making it. Trying to set up a fry tank system here with a sump. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, this is an empty tank. So that's there. Alright, let's, I guess we'll set you right at the top for a little while. Get everything squared away here. Alright, I guess we're good with the second tank. Well, we gotta have to plumb it. Take this tank. Let's take this. Let me get you guys in on this. Take this overflow or whatever bulkhead. I already have the strainer on it. One I just took off the other tank. I remember these are cross-threaded, so lefty, loosey. Actually tidy.
Foxy's fishes said good morning, Monty and Monty's dad.
Good morning. All right, we got that. Now we're gonna need. Yeah, I can probably use that hose I just took off. All right. And it's just gonna drain down into the bottom sump. Do 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 do. Yeah, that looks like it might work. Yeah, I think that'll work. It could work. Hang on. Hang on. We're gonna do this. A second.
Window Liquor 5 said, "Yeah, the 4 tanks I scored from Kiji, the stories were the same. Fish died, and we're done with it."
Interesting. Yeah, no, he said he was, I don't know. I have a feeling it was probably guppies or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with guppies, I'm just saying. I think that's what he was doing. Let's start up here. I think that's good. Now somehow we got to get this through that hole and into that tank without too many issues. Good luck with that. Gotta move the camera first. The camera's in the way. Go over here. Hopefully that's a good angle of the dangle. Ow. Ow. Come on, you can do it. There we go. That far enough.
Foxy's fishes said I'll be scraping Tubifex worms out of axolotl tanks today. They grow
Ugh.
great colonies of them fast, and it's gross.
Yeah, they are gross. Ow! That hurt. We gotta go around this. And then behind. So we don't have to go through the tank this time. Alright, cool. That actually works. What are we stuck on? Stuck on you. There's a light in the way, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Like I said, we're gonna have to play with a lot of things here. Might have to use the heat gun to bend some of these tubes a little bit easier, so they're not so on. Now that's 2 out of the 3. One more. Oh, well, that was a glass lid. Rip. The hinge, it slid off the hinge and then hit the ground and just broke. But interestingly enough, this lid was broke before. Oh well. That was algae all over my fingers. Oh. Alright, let's move this out the way. Alright, so we got 2 or 3 tanks here. This one's kind of like the same deal. It's very tight. But I think I'm probably going to regret this. We'll see. Okay, 3rd tank. There are fry in here. So I should say last tank. I can just take water out of this tank, I think. Lower it down a little. Leave the sponge in it. All that in a minute. Everybody will be okay without a little water for a little, or a little airflow for a little while. Let's put that there.
Barbara Jackson said that's how most of my lids broke. Those hinges are doo-doo.
Yeah, they're pretty junk. Yeah. So you have the hinge splits. Issue with them. Alright. I will keep the little siphon protector, python protector in there just in case there's any little babies. Gonna take this about halfway. Just so it's not full. So full, I should say.
Foxy's Fishes said, we throw the hinges away and just use the glass pieces.
It's probably a good idea. That's the other thing I'm going to need to do is figure out some sort of lid system for this. Otherwise they're all just open tanks. Might have to do the sliding lid. I don't know if I have any 20 long lids. Alright, that's good enough.
PNW Aqua said it's difficult to make things flexible and UV resistant.
Yeah, true. I could see that. Let's get that out of the way. Alright, we will move these guys.
Barbara Jackson said I bought an aftermarket hinge. It was strong and clear, which was nice, but they were stiff and didn't stay open well.
Yeah, they take a while to break in. Alright, I'll set this down there. Alright. 3rd and final tank. I already have the... What do you call it? What is the word? Bulkhead. Install. Let me put the sponge underneath here. Okay. What is up? Oh, I'm hitting it tube. That's what it is. Hmm.
Whip's World said Foxy.
Hmm.
You've heard that advice multiple times now. I didn't like it at first, but it's growing on me. I
You
bought
do.
a bunch of the hinges at the Quad City swap, but maybe I'll just let them be.
This has got to not go through that hole. How comes the other one can go through the hole, but this one can't? Am I tripping? I am tripping. It can go through here. Hang on.
Window Licker 5 said, Jason did
There we
change
go.
the settings. YouTube is hiding wired things.
Hiding what? Wired things? I didn't change any settings. Not that I know of. Oh, wired things. What do you mean? Alright, I gotta put this on. Gotta get a tube. Go from there to there. Gotta. Oh, low. See if we can use this. Should work. Not that I necessarily need this whole setup. I could do that.
Window Licker 5 said sorry weird things. LOL.
Oh, I see. Okay. The wired things had me confused. We can use this. That could have been bad. And we can use this. I had this hooked up to a union? Why? I don't know why. Must have been all I had at the moment. Ciao, little Lily. Better run, little Lily. I see you looking for those Swiss ties. Just need to grab one of that. Channel locks here. Come on now. All the way open. If only I was stronger. God, that's a pain. I have a second set of channel locks. I have a pipe wrench. That might actually work. Overkill here, but all I do is need to untie this thing, or whatever. Loosen it. There we go. Cool. Save all those PVC parts for another day. It worked. Lil, you stay out of those fish tanks. Or just drop right here. So now we can connect this to that. We don't need the valve because we control the flow with the pump.
Whip's World said Jody. I know you've only been doing this a year or two now, so maybe you haven't used them long enough. But have you found the polycarbonate lids sag bow over time?
Yeah, they do. They do. The ones you can get for, what are they, basically? Yeah, they definitely sag. I used to use them a lot, and then I stopped using them because of that reason. I still have some on, like, the sumps over there, but just covering a little piece. Okay, so then we can do that. And then we have that, and that'll be the flow in. We can adjust this whenever, whatever direction we need. So let me make a mark on that. Try and hook that up. Little Lily. Dirty kitty. We come over here and see where we need to be, roughly. Make sure I got a little extra slack to keep that down. Let's say. Ugh. Of course I have to drop it. Let's just do this. Yep, that's good. Okay. Got a mark. Definitely need some coffee. Move this out of the way. Let's cut some PVC. Try and do it on my mark. Ta-da. Saves a little bits. Never know where we're going to need it. What do I do with that other piece? Here it is. Ooh. Find me in your way. Now. Get in there. There we go. I think that's pretty good. That's really good. Cool. And the other thing we got to do is get it to flow out. Now, I'm going to need parts. I need the hose barb to PVC, which is in a bag I just bought. No, is that right? No, that's not right. Where is it? I know I have one somewhere. Come on now. Like the only thing I need. And they did not have them at the store today because I'm pretty sure I had them. Let me
Daniel Velez
check
said,
the
"Good
parts
morning,
here.
everyone."
Good morning, Daniel. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Whip's World said,
Not
"Jason,
it.
have you explained to everyone what the hell Frankenstein masterpiece you're trying to create, and I just missed it?"
This is, yes, I did actually. Oh, here's one. Cool. I found one. Oh, God. That would really, it's like the only piece I need. Yes. This is, for the fry tank. Fry, I guess we're doing the fry rack setup thing. I gotta readjust it in there later. This box no longer closes. This is basically a 320 long setup. Each one of these tanks is divided. These are divided into two, that's divided into two, and it's basically just going to be one tank with a sump one next to it. And you get dividers over on this side. So it's all going to be one system running on the heater controller and the DC pump. And then that's that. All right, so we need this to flow from here to there. We're going to need this on there. Should probably use some pipe tape. Oh, here's the other one. Derp. So I already had one. Here's that one. I knew I had it. Let's put through it on here. Teflon. Can't hurt. We're gonna, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Putting this on the back of the bulkhead pipe, the tubing. As tight as I can get it. Spin the bulkhead to where I need it. Basically straight up and down. That should be that. That should go there. Things locked in. Now we need this tubing here to there. And I think this is why I bought the new thing of tubing, because I didn't think I had a piece long enough, and it's a good thing I did, because I don't. Let's move this glass. So from here to right over there. That's probably going to be good enough. Cut it a little long. That way if I need to cut it again, I can.
Window Licker 5 said, how's the tub outside doing?
It's doing good, I think. I mean, it's got so much algae and stuff in there. That's probably going to be next week's project, honestly. It had cooled off quite a bit, but it still got up in like the 80s during the day. So yeah, I think this is plenty extra. Okay. Will you stay out of the worm water? What is your problem, cat? Gotta be like this. Like this. We're gonna do it like that. Stick the hose barb on there. All the way there. Try not to flex that too much because I don't want to break the tank.
PNW Aqua said measure once cut twice.
Yeah. Whoever said that was probably a smart guy. All right. There we go with that. You know, I have this. What about these? Now all I need to do is barb on the end of this.
Bionic Bigfoot said, will it leak or not?
That's a good question, man. That's a good question. Let's hope not. All right, so now the next thing I have to do is put a barb on that. I bought these ones that were basically they have like threaded thing instead of just a barb. They're female ones instead of male. Put this, I gotta cut that back a little bit. That should just drain right in the tank. That's good, we'll cut it there-ish. I need to pull this out to do that. That looks good. Then we'll be ready to put some water in here and see what happens. Alright. I think I'm gonna need pull this out to cut it, maybe. I don't know how much I can pull out of this though. Because it's all locked in over there. Let me get the cutters first. Look out, Lily. Let's get that out of the way. Set that there.
PNW
There's my
Aqua
mark
said,
right
how is
there.
the water level maintained between the two divisions of each tank?
There's a gap on the bottom. If you see where that black sponge is, that's actually a half-inch whatever gap on the bottom of the tank. So gravity should keep them, as long as the sponge doesn't get too plugged out. It's a pretty big sponge. So I think it'll be alright. I think it's gonna be okay. Get in there! Perfect. Whoops, I should have taken that out first. I can't get it out. There we go. I'm gonna have to do some conjiggering around here. I think that's what that hot. Hot air gun. It's gonna keep pushing that way. We're gonna always cut it back further, I guess. Those wants to bend that way. Trying to think of a better way to. We'll have to just figure that out later.
Fishcapade said those are sounds Jason makes indicating how easy it's going for sure.
Exactly.
Bionic Bigfoot said, what is the diameter of the hose inside?
3/4 inch. 3/4 inch diameter hose. All right. Now, I think we can start adding water. I think. We're gonna try. Get this hose over there, and I will double check to make sure. I think we're ready. Okay. This hose drains into this tank. Obviously, this hose is a little stiff, but we'll get there eventually. I have to tie that down or something. This hose will drain in the bottom tank. Pump is set up. Pump it back up there. I think we're good. See what happens. Try and get the sponge wet so it's not a bunch of air in there. Actually, I'm just gonna pull it out and squeeze all the air out of it. I guess I need a little more water in there
Bionic
first.
Bigfoot said, get the shop vac out.
Alright, it's going to take a hot minute, as you can tell. But you can see the level. Doing pretty good. As long as it isn't like a raging flow, which I don't want it to be because there's just babies in here. I need to put a strainer on the back of that, which I have one somewhere. Here. Do I have another one, didn't I? Yes, right here. Got these off of Amazon, I believe. 3/4 inch strainers. There's already one on that one. I have, I believe, sponges. I should put that sponge on that one. Or it gets too hard to put one on there. Well, I can still get my hand in here. No, it's okay. I can do it from the side. Cool. That works. I gotta get one from there. I know I have one somewhere, but this is just the test here.
Window Licker 5 said, what stops the fry from going down the tubes?
The strainers, the sponges over the strainers. That's what stops them. The thing I just stuck on there. I'm gonna put a sponge on it, like I just put the sponge on that one. And you know, no. Oh, here's my clicker. I was wondering where the hell that was. I would assume you cut them, fit around the hoses and whatnot. Lids fit tighter than a frog's something. See that. Battery's dead. All right. Here we go. Let's see if it overflows. I do have clamps too I can stick on these hoses, but they felt pretty tight, so I'm not sure if I needed it.
Bionic Bigfoot said, will it work or not? Let's see. Barbara Jackson said, that's a nice porthos on the ceiling.
That's not real. It's a fake plant. But thanks. I thought it looked cool. Makes it feel like it's real. Let's see. I hear water draining. Flowing down, flowing out. Nope.
Window Licker 5 said, sorry you gave the answer before she read the question. I'll be more patient.
No worries.
Whip's World said, I saw a movie back in the early 90s where the theme was life finds a way. I'd be damned if that wasn't the case.
All right, hang on a sec
Are
here.
you sure that sponge filter will be enough?
We're filling faster than we're draining.
Congratulations, in.
Man, we almost
Fisherman
overflowed.
64 on the membership milestone. Fisherman 64 has been an extraordinary aquarist for 24 months.
Get the air out of this sponge. There we go. Now we're a little bit better on the level here. Before it fills up too much. There we go. I think I'm probably going to need to do it on the bottom one too. Boy, that thing is chooching. Yeah, I forgot I was filling a lot faster than it was draining. Good morning, Fishymon.
P&W Aqua said water level is pretty high. You got it.
Yeah, I got it. Just in time. We were like seconds away. There was almost water on the floor. Oh no. We gotta fix this. Or I can't fix this.
Bionic Bigfoot said, get the shop vac out.
Almost. Almost needed it. Okay. We're chooching. That was close. Yeah, we're slowing the flow here. I gotta do something about this. It's a little too stiff. Wants to stop the flow. If I can get it to stay on that corner, we'll be fine. All right, whatever. That's a different problem. Yeah, let's try and keep that slow.
Xanadu said, use a plastic
Yo.
clamp from a heater to hold the hose.
Plastic clamp from. All right, that's an idea.
Window Licker 5 said, YouTube is weird this morning. There is a longer delay this morning on the speak.
Interesting. Huh. Maybe you need a refresh, I don't know. I gotta make sure I don't overflow here.
Bionic Bigfoot said, "Hello, Fisherman."
Hello, Fishyman. You know I could just fill the other tanks, right? But that's not as fun. I'm currently filling this one, if you haven't seen. The level's pretty even. There is a little bit of resistance going through here, but I don't think it's going to be like overly crazy. But I can no longer reach in there without.
Whip's World said, "Duct tape and baling wire."
Make sure that's tight so that no fry can get through that.
Congratulations,
Duct tape and
Foxy's
baling
Fishes
wire.
on the membership milestone. Foxy's Fishes has been an extraordinary aquarist for 23 months.
Congrats! Right
Bruiser
on.
CB said, "Jason, can you 3D print a hose holder?"
Yeah, I probably can. Probably will. It's just that one that's real tight. Wait, oh, okay, this one. I was like, where's this one? It's right here. But we should be fine with that. What's going on here? There, that one can go there. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Congratulations, Kalish,
Vacuum
on the
chooch.
membership milestone. Kalish has been an extraordinary aquarist for 23 months.
Congrats and thanks. That's awesome. It's been a while now, huh? Good to know. All right, I think that's working. That's working. This is now too full that I can't move it, so it is where it is. Coffee down. Let's add some more water. Try and turn that to like a slow flow. Whatever. Just put it full chooch. All right, so far 2 of the 3 tanks are almost done.
Thank you, Barbara Jackson, for the 4 on 99, the USD pair character lying on the side, raising his arm while saying, "How's it going? Super sticker?
Oh,
You
that's
rock."
funny. Thank you very much.
Did she an autocross on the membership milestone?
Wow, did that have a
Autocross has been an extraordinary aquarist for 24 months.
TJ? What's going on, man? And I don't know what it was having a seizure reading your name. That's funny. Congrats, TJ. Thanks. Thank you very much, Barbara
Thank you,
Jackson.
Peplin Creek Aquatics, very much for the 10 gifted memberships.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. And congrats to everybody who got one. I'm gonna fix that camera. All right, we're still filling. This one's taking a little while.
Barbara Jackson said that was quite a long description.
Yeah, I'd say. Here, we may, I think I'm going to try and speed this up a little bit. And just start filling the other tanks. Take off my little diffuser. We'll start by filling this one. Try and get it to, start flowing into the bottom one. That's splashing water everywhere. We're definitely going to have to fix that. All right, we should be seeing. Yes! All right, let's go down. Got water flowing out. Oh, hang on. Before we get too far into this, I gotta do the same thing with this. I wanna make sure I get this sponge wet. Ow! Get all the air out of it. I need a little more water in here. because otherwise it kind of like slows the flow a lot. There's all that air in the system. Alright, there's that, there's that.
Window Licker 5 said, I'll be right back, I now have to pee for some reason.
That's funny. Yeah, I wonder what reason that could be. Cool. I'm just gonna fill this. I just realized something. It's gonna be hard to get the sponge filters in there. I was just gonna put them in there for airflow and whatever, some extra filtration, I guess. Shouldn't be too hard. Might be hard. I could always assemble them. You know, sometimes hindsight's cruel mistress.
Whip's World said that tank is so close to the ground.
It is. But it's not on the ground. Got a couple, 5-6 inches, or no, more like 4 inches, 3-4 inches off the ground. All right, I am going to fill this tank up. I'm going to get
Barbara
the pump
Jackson
moving.
said, good thing you gave yourself lots of working room.
You know, you think, you say, oh, that's good, that's good. No. No. I don't think I can lower it anymore without the shelf being on the ground. One of the reasons I don't want to put the tank on the ground is this basement was like, it's not level, way out of level. It's like out an inch between this tank. So this tank would be sitting like, and this would be full and that would be down like that. I am going to fill this one pretty much almost all the way up though. That way we can kind of get her rocking and rolling. All right. Whoa. Break anything. Ouch. Oh, is that kill minis? All right. Where's the diffuser? I'll put it back on here.
Whip's World said my back hurts just thinking about maintaining it or just looking into it.
Well, that's how it was. Got a little stool here I can sit on. All right, next
Bigfoot
step.
said, which tank will overflow first?
That's a good question. Let us stick these probes for the heater. Not sure how I want to do this, but I feel like I should definitely go behind that. I think I want them on this side of the sump. That way. Oh, that's probably a bad idea. Put them on this side. Probably want them where the heater is. That way if the pump stops or something like that, the heaters don't just keep heating and heating and heating. Right? I got all this extra hose. Wire. Next, should probably plug in the heater. Get this cord for the sump out of here. Probably put this on one on each side, I guess, maybe. Oh, what is going on here?
Whip's World said the stool is a good idea. It saves the knees and back.
Yeah, right now my knees are not
Bionic Bigfoot said, I see you
liking
may need
anything I
some
do.
ball valves too.
Or not sure what I need ball valves for. I can adjust the flow. Heaters are tangled, that's why. Put that one on that side. Put this one on this side. That over there. Okay. Try not to put my wet hands into a socket. Let's do this. This cord. Plug in there. Try and get some of these plugs out of the way. This cord. Here. Yeah. Plug it here. This is some airline. Now I need the heater controller. Or the heater controller is plugged in. Wait a minute. I just pulled these off. Even on? No, it's not. This heater not on. What does AH mean? On either. No, they're both not on. Hang on. Not sure what AH stands for, so I might have to unplug that. Why does this one keep wanting to float? Annoying. Stop floating! Oh my god, that's killing me. Alright. Let's get the rest of this heater controller or the pump set up. Okay.
Victor C. said thanks for live streaming Depths Unknown.
Thanks, man.
Barbara Jackson said AH aquarium heater.
Maybe. I gotta figure out which one
Window
is.
Licker 5 said, what's the temp on the heater set to? I run mine wide open when plugged into Inkbird.
Yeah, I have them throttled up as far as I can. Don't know, this might be. I'm gonna unplug this real quick, see what happens. Plug it back in. Yep, that was it. Cool. Alright, hang on. Have to deal with that for a second, guys. I can get this one plugged in. Alright. This is the
Whip's
power
World said
converter.
it's a whip problem, I'm certain, but I had a sump for about a year and I never could get the flow in and out of the tank right. I got it close, but I'd still need to adjust from time to time.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing sometimes, depending on how much.
PNW Aqua said AH is alarm high.
Hmm. Yeah, it did say it was like really hot for a second. Ow! Damn it. That hurt. Oh, that really hurt. Oh.
Fishy Monster said Jazran time to break out
It
the
says
knee
it's
pads.
95 degrees, so I think maybe the heater probe got a little wonky there. Is it dropping? No, it says it's 95 degrees. Why? Okay. Because it was right above the heater for a second there? I don't know. Gotta set this up. This is the controller. Motor. And of course the suction cups suck. Not in a good way. Yeah, it keeps saying 95 degrees. Interesting. Wonder if the probe got messed up. That would suck. Alright, let's turn this on, see what happens. Alright, we are definitely chooching. I'll pause that for a sec. It's I don't think we need it chooching that hard. Whoa, it is shooting water everywhere. Come on! We're actually shooting water out of the tank.
Window Licker 5 said there she blows.
Alright, that's a little bit better. The lowest we can go is 30%. Interesting, okay. Might be too much flow. Might be too much. We might need that ball valve. But let me grab... Alright, let me pause this a second. A little bit of a back siphon. I could have to drill a hole in that. Holy smokes. Alright, let me get this PVC thing out of my way. Get this. I just put all these twist ties over here, so let me grab one of these. Use this for the heater controller, or the pump controller. Pretty good. Wire over there. Wire over there. I don't know why they say they're 95. It's weird. Let's temp probes are definitely of red.
Fishymon said good morning, everyone, and you to Jazrin.
Good morning, Fishymon. It is definitely not 51 degrees in there, so weigh that down a little bit. Now let's turn this on. Pretty slow flow. Maybe it'll keep up now. Oh. Definitely flowing in too fast. I might need a smaller heater or a smaller pump. Or I can put a valve on here, I think. Because we're gonna definitely. Yeah, we're definitely filling up faster than we're draining. This doesn't help. I feel like I need to weigh that down. Give me 1 second here. I am going to try. What did I just do with that whole setup I had right here? May have to add this in, but what am I doing? Yeah, because that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna see if I have another street elbow. It's not shooting out sideways; it's shooting down.
Bionic Bigfoot said splish splash I'm taking a bath.
You and me both, man.
Windowlicker 5 said, what about someone way in case the power goes out?
Some what? In case the power goes out? Well, if the power goes out, then it's, I don't know what I can do. Power's out. I'll put sponges in here. That was my other goal. All right, I got a little street elbow, so I can put that in here, kind of make that shoot down instead of straight out. Heater controller still says it's 95 degrees, which I think is something screwed up there. All right. I think I can do that. Add this in. Might have to cut the tube back a little.
Windowlicker 5 said one-way valve.
Well, the only thing is for the back siphon there, that's easy. You just got to drill a hole, like in one of these fittings, like right above the water line. So as soon as the siphon breaks, or as soon as the pump stops, it breaks the siphon with the air. I have it on the other tanks that I have like sumps on. Do that same idea, just to drill in a hole. That's a minor problem. All right, let's see. That helped a little bit. Got water shooting straight down. Where's my phone? I think I got to reset this. Something happened to it. Yeah, we were definitely filling faster than we're draining. Yeah. Back siphon until I get an air brake in there. Let me should unplug the heater or the pump so that I don't. For a second, I can do it like this, I think. I need this. Oh, now I planned it. I don't even know what time it is. Hang on. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of time. Let me go to my heater control. Pink birds. Fry system says it's 95 degrees, which is really weird. So I'm gonna power this off for a little. Off. Just turn it straight off. It says temperature probe 1 and 2. It says the tank is at 95. I don't think it's that warm in there. Temperature probe 1 says 77, temperature probe 2. Let's turn this off. I may have to unplug it. Something got weird with that heater. Not sure why. Oh, here, my battery's charged, so I can take it off. Sec. What was it? Oh, it was needed the pliers. That's what I was looking for. Channel locks right here. Definitely gonna need some more coffee. Okay. So let's do this. Ah! Why won't you spin? What is going on? Should go that way. Yeah. No, untwisted should go that way. There we go. Jesus, that was tight. Oh man, I really skinned my knuckle on that too. Oh, that's gonna bleed. Ugh. There will be blood. Bit of it. Because I just basically dragged my knuckle across that thing and took half my skin off. Alright, that was not fun. Now,
Fishy Mansour said, Jazrin, you're a mess.
I am a mess, dude. Mess. Try and get this in a position so that adjust the valve easier. Let me get that pipe wrench. I need leverage and a bandage.
Bionic Bigfoot said more blood.
Ah, going the wrong way. Push that down, so this needs to go up. All right.
Whip's World said stop hurting yourself, please.
I would
For
like
at
to,
least the
trust
next
me.
few weeks, anyway.
Hang on. Twist that valve shut. There we go. What is going on here?
Fishy Monsieur said Jazrin the Toolman Talia.
Yeah. Alright, that's exactly what I needed. Alright, cool. A little bit of blood. It's alright though. Alright, so I got that the way I wanted it. Ugh. Gonna have to hang off that. That's how this is gonna have to go.
PNW, Aqua said nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Alright, we can maybe do this. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, that actually solves a lot of problems doing that. Alright. Do it off to the side here. Then it's not so tight in the back there.
The moneyless maven, Shirley, said good morning, beautiful people.
Good morning, Shirley.
I am here,
You
so
made
the
it.
sun shines upon you in all its benevolent glory.
I don't know, man. The sun seems pretty malevolent to me. It's ultraviolet rays, man. Pretty hostile. Alright. Got the barb off. Try and make sure that this is down here.
The moneyless maven, Shirley said, well, you can't blame a girl for trying.
Alright, how am I going to do this? This pump is in the air again. That.
Bionic Bigfoot said, hello, Shirley, you're late.
Better late than never, though. Alright, you know what we're going to do? I think we may need to just run this along the side instead of through the back here. Oh, man. Can I get this out of here? There we go. There's that.
Fishy Monster said, measure twice, cut once.
That's right. Fishimon knows. Sounds like a man who's cut more than once. Stick this out of here. Alright, that's that. Cool. Now, heaters are rolling away. The heaters are currently unplugged, so I'm going to take them out until I get this situated. It's pumped the way I want it.
Whip's World said, hands in the tank. Blood in the tank.
Blood in the water,
Shark
buddy.
in the tank. Farewell and adieu to you, Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to you, ladies of Spain.
I may have to do it this way. Ah, now we have a problem. That stupid. I just pulled the hose off the sump. Damn it, I didn't have it in there all the way. I thought I did. God damn it. Can I get this out of here? No, I gotta drain water to get this out. Oh, this has gone from bad to worse.
Barbara Jackson said my hubby measures 7th, cuts once. He's a warrior.
Alright, there's definitely water on the floor now. Ow! Damn it. Oh. I'm so angry. So angry. That.
Fishy Monic said Jasmine break out the knee pads.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. I'm gonna need to. I'm gonna need to drain some water out of this tank. So. Well, welcome to the easy stream, folks. Everything is always easy, and there's never any problems. At least this fits in here. I was like, oh god, I hope this fits. Get a little air out of that. Best I can. Take a hot minute.
Fishy Monsieur said easy for you to say. Bionic Bigfoot said if it was easy, I would do it. Barbara Jackson said, well, it's easy for us.
That's easy for you guys, yeah. Plate come off? Yes, it does. Okay, that might actually be. Nope, it's definitely not big enough. Go side here. Feels like it wants to. It's just a hair too short. Oh, I got it. Well, either way, taking that off. I think Fisherman had the right idea with getting some knee pads here. This is really killing my knees. Oh. Alright, let me get a towel. So we can get this wet hand thing going. You have a little.
PNW Aqua said, we don't do these things because they are easy. We do them because we thought they would be easy.
That's the truth. Alright. Let me back this camera up. Let's look down here while we're draining that tank a little bit. This crap out of my way. Let's put this knee pad here so I can kneel. Oh my god. Okay. Now. I'm going to do this to make life easier here. There's water all over the floor. I'm making a mess.
Fishy Mong said, get your knee pads you use at work.
I don't really use. I do have knee pads, but I feel like this is easier. Need to get this off. Oh. Need to get this hose on here the right way this time. No more screwing around with it. You know what? Maybe I should put. I have those barbs. I do have those barbs. Better idea. Instead of having one straight run, I put a union in there somewhere. I don't know. I feel like this is a poor design for this. Like how this fits, right? Here. This is the hose. This fits on the outside of the hose, and this is supposed to go in the inside of the hose and kind of pinch it. But this is a 3/4 inch fitting. It even says it right there. This is 3/4 inch inside diameter hose. Maybe if I did that and I just put a union here. Let's connect it inside the tank anyway. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to have to heat this up. So let me dry this off. Parts. All right, let me get the heater. Whatever, the hot air gun. I think I want to do that. This maybe? I put that on first? I don't know. See the inside, I guess. I don't know. Ow. That on the outside. That on the inside. Let's see. So weird. Bad. Now I created a lip. Exactly what I didn't want to do.
Fishymon said, now you're going to burn yourself.
Probably. Probably. I'm just going to heat it up more. When in doubt, melt the shit out of it. Sorry. Sorry. I'm getting frustrated. My anger is palpable. This thing working, man. Alright, we gotta cut this. Not working. Still semi-soft, so it started at least. I don't know why I've had such a hard time with this. I've not had this much hard time with any of these other ones. Still draining. What's going on here? I can get that whole tube in there. Maybe I'll just get rid of that collar. I don't know. Because I feel like I can get it in there deep. Yeah. All the way down there. I think that'll work just like that, though, right? Yeah, it will. Although, okay. It's alright, the pump's a little too powerful anyway, so maybe just do that. Just get rid of this little outside rip thing, because I can't get this.
Peplin Creek Aquatics said if you didn't have such a hard time, it wouldn't be as fun to watch.
I feel like I should just get rid of this collar. It's actually, like, hindering me more than anything.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. And all this collar is doing is just pinching this. I could actually throw on a... I have a hose clamp. I'm really worried about it. I'll throw a hose clamp on. Yeah. Go away. Oh. Alright, let me get this hose clamp. Put a whole bag of them. Da-da-da. This will be good. This will be good. Let me get a screwdriver, tighten this clamp. Never a flathead when you need one. Alright, now let's see. Where, oh, where are my flathead screwdrivers? Why do I never have them? Oh man, what is going on there? Alright, do I have a flathead tip for a screwdriver? Probably. Barely. Make it even harder. I stabbed myself with this small screwdriver head. That's good. Get that down. Good enough. Good enough. Alright, I think we've drained enough water. It's out of the way. Come on.
Window Licker 5 said Jason check chat.
Uh-oh. Do I really want to?
Peplin Creek
That's
Aquatics said
lovely,
start
that
looking
is.
for a Phillips, and then you see the flathead Lowell.
Yeah, there you go. Hang on, let me put this hose away. I'll check chat. Ugh. I feel like chat's something I don't want to see right now. Alright. Where's my phone? Let me guess what I lost. Oh, there it is. Check chat. 40-gallon brews, another 20 longs. I'm missing? Heard all this. Did I miss something? Because I didn't see anything other than asking if there were 40-gallon brews. All right. Let's try this again. Now that we're not using that stupid coupling. It's such a dumb design. Seems like such a horrible design. Okay. Yes, I gotta try and get this back in. I did drain the water just for this purpose. Right. Oh, I should put the base back on this thing. Come on now. Alright, maybe what I should do is use that heat tubing to actually relax this thing and stop causing all the stress on this tube. Right? Although I feel like probably pretty good, like right there. That's that, that's that. I can live with that. I can live with that. Where it gets hard is right up here. So let me get my phone over here so I can see chat, because I did ask a question. Tab the bot reader, okay. Setting up a sump. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Well, sumping the whole fry system here. I'm trying to get set up. And, you know, everything's going easy. Nice and easy. You know, the way it was intended. Which I feel like we'd be good with that. Now let me... I was going to say, I drew blood over this. I better not lose it.
That's lovely, that is.
Yes. Oh no, what is going on here? Take that down a little. A lot. Let that sit like that. And I can put a marker right there. Still have the thing in my hand? Yeah, I do. Alright, we cut that there. Cutters are over here.
Barbara Jackson said you just needed a blood sacrifice to Neptune, so you're
That's
good.
it. All it took was a little blood. Nothing too crazy. Alright, let's go. Give up on that stupid design. Alright, let's take this off of here. Let's put this down in there. Okay. Let's tighten this up. Not that tight. Alright, that's tight enough. Open this valve a little. All the way. Alright, I feel like that's actually a better setup now.
Bionic Bigfoot said I need a smoke after that.
You and me both, man. Oh. Okay. Okay. Now. So I should put the heaters back in. Cranked all the way up. I think I should use that heat thing on this freaking cable. This electrical cord, man. This thing's so stiff. Half the reason why these
Window
heaters keep
Licker
popping
5
out.
said, I was just stating you making out a lot better than Kenny.
Oh,
Kenny has some real bad luck with things.
yeah, you ain't wrong. Yeah, not too many incidents here. Thankfully. Alright, what do I do? I wrap this around the wrong way. Alright, well, this is easy enough to fix. That can be fixed after. Well, that can be fixed right now, actually. Untangle that from that. That from that. I'm just going to do that just to make my life easier so I know where it's going. That'll be a drip loop too, I guess, is what you consider that. Yeah, that's it. Tighten that back on. Move them out of the way. Oh man. Okay. I think we can probably add some more water back. This one's gonna be a pain. I feel like I should use the heat gun on this. Let's tie this back somehow. You know what, I'm gonna use the heat gun because it's gonna drive me mad. And I'm already mad. So nothing like a lot of electricity and water. I can't even reach it. Well, that's getting pretty hot.
Fishy Monster said soon you'll turn green.
Yeah. Hulk out.
Bare Bottom Branton said Tri-City and water go together like peanut butter and jelly.
That's right. It's a combination made in heaven. 'Cause it's well, the good news is I can't actually get the heater into the water because it's too big. Ow. I feel like that's a lot better. Let me just get that kink out back there. That'd be great. Just takes more time with this because I gotta cross the distance. Yay! I guess I could go from above, but that might be dangerous.
Thomas Hines said Final Destination happened.
Yeah. Exactly. Alright. I feel like that's actually pretty good.
Bionic Bigfoot said, is it done yet?
Done. Done. Cool it off.
Barbara Jackson said electrical cords from the 80s and before are still pliable, but new ones get stiff after a few months.
I don't know what that's about. That definitely made it softer though. I just have to finger a way to keep it in that corner and we should be good. Alright. Oh, let's add some water. Whoa, whoa. Just twisted my ankle. Now let's fill this back up. Now we have an inline valve. Kind of help slow the flow.
Fishy Mont said that's what she said.
Alright, let's get this out the way. Oh my god. My aching bones.
Window Licker 5 said the real trick is how are you going to get the gravel in the tanks?
They're going to be bare
Bionic
bottom.
Bigfoot said
They're going to be bare
use a
bottom
clamp on
tanks.
the hose.
Use a what? A clamp on those? Yeah. Yeah. I can. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to tie it to the corner though. I have a feeling like if I get a lid on here or something, I'll be able to pin it back down there. It's really not that bad right now. It's just kind of a little loose. It's a lot better than it was. At least it's not like pointing straight up. Okay. Next thing. This tank is telling me it was 95-degree water. There's no way that's 95-degree water for that heater controller. So I'm wondering what's up with that. Actually got me kind of concerned.
Thomas Hines said the spacing between the top of the tank and the shelves looks really tight in order to get livestock in or out.
Congratulations.
Good thing you noticed that.
Aqua on the membership milestone.
What on
And
earth?
PNW Aqua has been an extraordinary aquarist for 23 months.
I don't know what's with the
Bionic
bot, but
Bigfoot said
congrats.
fire it up now.
Yeah, and
Fishymon
you're not
said
wrong.
drill a hole in the lip to hold a zip tie.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, we'll deal with that later, though. Yeah, you're right about it being too tight. It is very tight. However, the only thing that's going to be in here is fry. So, and it's going to be a little bit of a trick getting them out, but getting them in is just putting a mop, spawning mop in there. So, I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. All right, here we go. We're chooching. All right, we got some full chooch
Thomas
going.
Hines said, zip ties have saved the world over and over.
You ain't wrong. Tell you like that, I got. All right. All right, water's flowing back down to the sump now. Cool, cool, cool. Now I am gonna have to slow. We're on this low as the pump can go, so I'm gonna have to start adjusting this valve quite a bit. Yeah, I think that might have been enough. And this is actually already a whole lot better.
Barbara Jackson said, I guess you could just lower the water level and slide the tank out a little to harvest the fry.
Yeah, there's that. There is that. If it was really that, we're gonna have to see, right? It might be, if it is too difficult, then I guess that's exactly what I'm gonna have to do. All right, I feel like we're good. Just turning that valve a little bit helped quite a bit. I'm gonna have to put a siphon break in there. There's still a lot of air on the sponge, so I'm gonna have to, and that level should kind of balance. Gotta put a sponge on that outflow. A whole lot of splashing happen here, so I might take a tube, add it to that, so that gets in the water instead of splashing all over the place. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's working. A little bit of a differential here, but I think that's because there's a lot of air in that sponge. Same thing with this. Probably why there's a little bit of a differential on that glass between that one. But other than that, I think it's doing all right. That one's flowing. Okay, everything's flowing. I do want to... Ouch. Ouch. Oh.
That's lovely, that is.
Working. Let's see, do I have something I can use for that? Should have a threaded.
Bionic Bigfoot said.
Oh yeah? Interesting. Good thought there, Bionic Bigfoot. Here, we can do this. I already have this set up. I can just take, I don't know if you can see, let's try it from there. I'm going to add this. We'll do this. Can. That should get rid of all the splashing that's happening. There we go. Ta-da! Cool. All right. I can take this sponge out because I can reach in this one. I can squeeze all the air out of it. And there's a lot of air in this.
Bionic Bigfoot said how many sleepless nights worrying about the tanks?
None, because...
Fishy Monster said,
Okay, Fishroom. I believe you. Because basically, this is what I was just going to do. I'm going to kill the power and let everything drain, right? And once everything's done draining, I'm going to fill this sump up to where I think it should be. And that means if the power ever goes out,
Hi,
it's
Jason
never going to get...
everyone.
Hey,
Do you
Mickham.
still have those cyanodorsalis?
I don't...
I know
have...
Jody P want to buy some if you've got any to spare.
I know, Jody just asked me that earlier, but my colony has dwindled down to like 2. Because I kind of slacked on keeping it. I screwed up, man. I wasn't collecting eggs for a long time, then they stopped breeding. Thanks, man. You just got to get this kind of pinned in that corner, and I think everything will be great. There's a little bit of a hump in that hose. Maybe I should bring the hose over that way. Or I just got to lift it up. Actually, that's probably a better idea. Let's see if I can... hose to go a little higher over there. There we go. There, now we're chooching. Now we got gravity flowing with me. Alright, everything's kind of draining here. So anyway, what I was saying is, like, if I fill it up with the power off, the pump is off, everything's off, right? So, there we go, I just broke the siphon. Which I gotta drill a hole in that. That's a later problem. So once that stops draining a little bit, pretty much just trickling right now, that part. It's flowing in over there, I don't know if you can see it. Then I can just fill this up to like here. And that way if the pump ever cuts out, I don't have to worry about the sump overflowing. All the water's going to drain down. The only thing I do have to worry about is if the sponges on the outflows get clogged. On these, this tank has one, this tank has one. I have a sponge filter in that one.
Thomas
I got to put one on there.
Said, do you run the house partially on solar panels, or do you rely on your power supplier for your area?
I do rely on my power supplier for the area. I did have some battery backup that was powered on a solar panel. However, that system kind of went down. The batteries, I got to get new ones. I got to put the solar...
Barbara Jackson said, woohoo! It's working!
It's working! It's working! I had the solar panel on the roof, but I had to take it off when I had the roofing done like a couple of years ago.
Had it first here.
That's right. But I have an idea of doing some of those, like those battery generators they call them or whatever. Basically, they're battery backup systems. So I have an idea for that. I gotta get on that. But yes, I am relied totally on the grid at the moment. All right, that's just trickling down. So I'm just gonna fill this up.
Window Licker 5 said I would call this a win good job, Jason.
Thanks, man. The only thing I gotta get doing is get the heat rolling, and then I'm calling it a win-win. A win-win-win-win. This stupid freaking cord. I don't know why these heaters keep trying to like come out of the tank. God, I'm gonna go nuts. Whatever. Fill this up a little bit more. The only thing I gotta do is get the heaters running.
Thomas Hines said water always finds the lowest level and seeks the least path of resistance.
That's right. That's why I try to accommodate for that. Like I said, power's off on the pump right now, so all the water has drained to where it's going to drain. Assuming these overflows aren't clogged. If they clog, then the system's going to overflow no matter what. Right? So as long as I maintain those, power goes out, it'll never overflow the sump because there's not enough water to overflow the sump. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So that should be good. Let me find my phone.
Bionic Bigfoot said I got 3 of them.
You got 3 of what? How many? Fire it up. There's a clamp on the hose. Alright, I don't know what you got 3 of, but that's cool. Alright, let me see about the heater controller now. I'm probably going to call it at the end of this. It still says it's like way too hot. Yeah, it says the water tank temp is 95 degrees. It is definitely not 95
Bionic
degrees.
Bigfoot said batteries.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I guess
Barbara
that was what I
Jackson
was talking
said
about.
maybe put a little weight on the heaters.
Yeah.
Fisherman said the heaters didn't come with suction cups.
They did, but I didn't use them. Because A, the suction cups never work. Something happened to this temp probe, man. Keeps telling me it's 95 degrees in here. Hmm. High alarm is what that AH, or alarm high, is what that stands for. I'm not sure what's up with that. Let me see. The probes. Maybe something happened to the cable. And the liquor was right, I should have unplugged it. Yeah, and these suction cups are already, like, these suction cups don't work for more than like a week. It's like basically inside out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mess with that. This is a pretty brand new heater controller too, which is weird. I've not had it running for that long. Alright, let's unplug it. Ugh. Set it maybe. Alright, this bottom one is the
PNW
pump.
Aqua said maybe unplug Inkbird and then plug back in.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try.
Windowlicker 5 said, can you reset the controller from the app? Maybe factory settings res.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that from the app. It doesn't look like I can anyway. Let's plug it out of the way. Pretty sure I unplugged it. Let me see. Yeah, it's unplugged at the moment. So let's try plugging it back in. It's going to give me a high alarm, right? Telling me E4. What does E4 mean? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it still says it's 95.7 degrees Fahrenheit in there. Huh. Well, that's going to be an issue. Let me unplug that. That to me. Plug it again. Now, I do have another heater controller. I can just plug that in. Might be a smarter option at this moment. So let's try that. Unplug the heaters. Take this out of service.
Barbara
Oh,
Jackson said,
sure.
yeah, why is it that all suction cups are basically terrible?
I don't know. Like, I don't think they have to be like that. I think they're just cheap. Right? That's what I feel anyway. So let's take this heater controller. Take these suction cups out of here. Of course, now I say that I can't get the suction cup off. Alright. Let's give this a rest for a minute. Take it off the system. Put that in there for now. Alright, let's get this heater working, and then when the tanks heat up, I'm going to move fish, but that's obviously going to take a while. So those fish will be okay sitting where they're sitting for now. Here's the suction cup for that heater. I don't know where the other one is. If there is another one. The only other option is this water is 95 degrees. But it really doesn't feel like it to me. Here, let's take a temp. Let's check the temp. This says it's 69. 68. Alright, the sump is flowing right now, by the way. That's what that kicked on. I had it on the... It's got a feed mode that you can stop it for 15 minutes.
Said
For
E4
10 minutes.
indicates that the temperature difference between the two probes is greater than 3 DGC, 5
Interesting.
DGF.
Okay. So maybe one of the probe leads went bad. It's kind of disappointing. All right. What did I do? Guess I should put this up here a little higher. And put it right next to the controller so we can see what's up. Okay. Plus, it's hard for water to run uphill, which makes me feel better about the heater controllers, or the plug heaters. Go over there for now. Go over there for now, too. Let's stick in here. on the front glass here. All right. Let's see if this works. That in there, got that in there. Two probes in the water. That's a nest of wire. Annoying. Should do is take extra twist ties that I just set somewhere here. Let's back up. There in that corner. There we go. Okay. Now, heater number 1. Plugged in there. 2. 3. It's always like a rat nest of cords. There. Okay, now this might be the tricky part. Worry about running this cord later. Just gonna take this down. You know, guess I can't get through that. Can I reach? I really suck if it's corded. I'll make it. I'll make it. Okay. Plug it in. Okay. We got power. This is very interesting. This one says it's 96 degrees. What is going on? There's no way that water's that warm. How on earth? Now I'm really confused. This is a brand new one out of the box. It says the temp is 96 degrees. I don't know if you can see that. How is that possible? The other one said it was 95.7, so something's up. I'm thoroughly confused. Thoroughly confused. I don't even know how to begin to... Why are they both reading so high? Anybody have any theories? I'm definitely down for them. They're both sticking in the water. Huh. I don't know, man. I don't even know where my phone is. I'm gonna have to, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. Figure this out. Why would both of them say they're too hot? Yeah, and the only explanation is it is too hot. Hang on. Where's my phone? Oh man. All these twist ties laying all over the place.
Window Licker 5 said, does the water feel warm?
It doesn't. That's the weird part. It feels cold.
Fishymon said maybe the pump motor is giving a faulty reading.
Yeah, but the probes aren't like right up against the water. That's the weird part. And this looks like to me like it says it's 60 some degrees in here. According to this. Maybe this, I mean, this could be wrong, but the water does feel cold. Like I did just have it out of the tap. What does my arm say? 86.
Window Licker 5 said out.
Said out? Alright, Window Licker 5, you're out. Where the hell is my phone? Right here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to head out soon too here, man. I'm not sure what's up. Guess I just let this run, see what's up. Chat's not open anymore.
Window Licker 5 said, put it in a cold water, see what it says.
Yeah, like ice cold. We could do that.
Dennis Christensen said, try the probe in the next tank up.
I think we're gonna try the cold water thing and see what's up. So let me get a specimen container, I think. Get the bigger one. I'm just gonna run cold water through this. It's boggling my mind. They both say it's too hot. Come on, man. Alright, this is cold water. Run for a minute. There's no way the water is 95 degrees. This probe. This phone. Hang that right there. Okay, that's that. Zero change. Oh, no, it's dropping a little. 98, 7, 6. It dropped 0.2 degrees. Oh, it's dropping a little. see. It is dropping.
P&W Aqua said perhaps it is possessed by Satan, hence the high temp reading.
Maybe. Wondering if it's because the cables are coiled. Sometimes coiled cables have like a feedback in them. Down to 95 now. Let's take him out for a second. All probe out. So weird, right? That they're both reading that high. And this one's brand new, like right out of the box. Something ain't right, man. Alright, it's no longer coiled. At least nothing that I would think would be affecting it. We haven't dropped below 95.1. According to this, the temp in here is 66 degrees. 65. I don't know. I don't know what's up.
Barbara Jackson said send it back.
Yeah, the problem is I've had these for a while. And the other one was in use up until right now. It had no problems. The other one was reading 70 whatever. Was keeping the temp and everything. Huh. I mean, I bought them both at the same time. That is so weird. Is there like a way to reset these? I have the instructions over there. Went down to 95.1.
Fishymonth said, what's the chance of you having two malfunctioning?
Yeah, at the same time, and both reading around the same temps, right? That's so just... Something's wrong. I don't know what. Unless they just got wickedly out of calibration. Like I knocked them. They went into like freak out mode. I don't know.
Window
Yeah.
Licker 5 said hook the old one up to the next tank up.
Okay. I can try it. I was thinking maybe I set up a... Yeah, this one's the temp's climbing now. Because I think that tank's slightly warmer than the water I just put in there. So I'm thinking we have like a calibration issue here. Huh. So There is a way in the app to set them up to add a calibration to them. Maybe that's what I'm just going to have to do. Alright, let's stick these probes in this tank. Let's do this real quick. Just gonna tape this on here. Temporary twist tie. Not even gonna put a power on that.
Fishy Monster said, sounds like operator error to me.
Yeah. I don't know how, man. I took it out of the box and plugged it in, and that's what it's reading. Unless you know a different way. And why isn't that turning on? Just plugged it in. What the hell? Yeah. Now this is saying 96.3, right? Let's try to put this on the glass so it stops popping up. Okay. Now, what do I think the temp is? Let's see. Shoot right back there. 68.1, so that's showing, let's say 96. Yeah, okay, 96 to 90. This one's beeping. Is it reading different? This one says E4. Is it still in the water? I'm at 98. $95.8. All right, 96.3. And when I say it was 60 something, so we'll say 66.3. So we're 30 degrees off. Phone. Wonder if I had like a 30-degree calibration in this, it would matter. Let's see. Settings. Temperature calibration. Go negative. Oops. Can't even go that high. Low. Go negative 15 degrees. Huh. I don't know what happened. These might be junk. I gotta turn. Easy stream is in my way. I don't see anything happening there, so. Now it says it's 81.3. Okay. That did work, but. I don't know, guys. I might have to get some new heater controllers. This is apparently nothing's working here. I don't know what's up, man. Ow. I really can't be kneeling like that. Jesus Christ. Settings. Maybe we switch from Fahrenheit to Celsius for a second here and see if it's still giving us a weird error. It's still high. 37 degrees. 35.7. And they're set for 25 and 26. So that's definitely like 30 degrees over. 15, but 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Dude, there's something weird. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to do a little research on this. I don't know if I have enough time. I mean, we're already half an hour over here. That one says 96.3. This one says error. Says the probes are E3 now. Or E4, I'm sorry. This one says 95.8. Oops. Just gonna turn that off. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna have to do a little Google foo maybe, and then I'm just gonna let the system run. I mean, the only thing that's not working is the heaters. I guess I can plug them in manually. But yeah, I don't know. I should probably plug them in manually, and then I can get at least the tanks warm. Yeah, let me do that, and then I'll set it. At least they'll be getting warm. Here, I'm gonna use this power strip, I guess, for now, and this extension cord. We'll plug the heaters in.
Barbara Jackson said, who knew the controller would be the most difficult part.
Yeah, and then it's so weird. Like, I'm guessing, I mean, I did get them both from the same seller. Maybe it was some jack thing, you know? Don't know, man. All right, they should both be on. Yep, that's got a light on. And these are all set at like high too. So let me tone them down actually. I'm gonna change that. Set this to 80. So worst comes to worst, it doesn't get too hot. And then I can put the fry in these tanks later and deal with this heater at another point. 80. Get this out of the tank. Yeah, I don't know, guys. We're gonna have to mess with that. Oh well, you know how it is on the easy stream. Everything's easy and it always works the first time. Oh well. Stupid rat nest cords. Very odd. I really don't know what the other answer could be. Get this twist out here. Might have to contact Inkbird about this. That's that. Alright, well we got the heaters going, so that should warm up at least somewhat. Dump this out. At some point I'm going to have to put the fry in here. I'm not going to have any fry. I might have to maybe add them to a parent's tank or something. In the meantime. But yeah, I don't know what else to do here at the moment. I do know that everything seems to be working as far as that goes, as far as the sump goes. So the sump fry setup system seems to be working. I know it's a little tight in these things, but I don't know. Guess I'll be playing with this for a while yet. Other than that, I think we're okay. Try and get some of the air out of those.
Window Licker 5 said, what about the fry in the old tanks?
Well, I can put the air pumps, like everything's hooked up. I mean, they were running without heat except for like the one system. So they'll just get a little cold. I could put the air lines back in so that they have filtration, air movement. And then when this tank heats up, I can, like I have the heaters on and I have it set at 80 degrees. So worst comes to worst, it's going to get 80 degrees in this tank, or these tanks, at least the bottom tank. Somewhat close in the other two. Air in here. So we'll just have to rely on the heaters, internal temperature controllers for the moment.
Fishymon said Jazrin stumped, who would have thought?
Yeah, right. Spin this a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's good. That's the way I want it. Yeah.